Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have been drawn to watch this reading for your particular sign, maybe there's something here that I'll be able to tap into for your current situation between you and the person that you're focused on. So the question I'll be tapping into is, when will I see you again? This is for those who are definitely at a distance from one another. You are maybe in no contact, in separation, either recently or maybe it's been a long time. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what that vibe looks like here for the collective. General advice as always. Keep that in mind throughout the reading, and let's dive right into it, guys. Hey there, Scorpio. All right, guys, let's get started and take a look and see what cards present itself for you guys. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What do we need to know here? Starting off with this card, number 7, I'm lost without you. Feeling very empty that you're not in their life right now. You could be feeling the same way, guys, you know, feeling just as empty without this person, and maybe that's why you're watching this reading. Okay, let's grab another. We have number 25, loyal companion. My love is unconditional. Maybe I am feeling, though, for some scenarios that they were not loyal, which is why things panned out the way that they did. Somebody could be 25 years old. The number 25 could be significant. You break that down, it's another 7. So 7 and 7 could be a specific number, 77. 7s can represent faith. So let's see, let me grab another. Somebody could also have a dog here. We have number 8. Okay, protection. I just want to keep you safe and warm. But I do feel, again, opposite energy, that the reason why there is no contact, the reason why you guys are not together is because they did not protect what you guys had. And maybe there were boundaries that were crossed. There were lines that were crossed. And after a while, you didn't feel safe and loved in the connection, perhaps. Okay, so that resulted in why they're feeling lost without you to begin with. So let's go ahead and grab some tarot messages here, guys, and see what else we can learn when it comes to the two of you. And watch to the end, guys, because towards the end of this reading, that's when I will pull 3 cards to focus on the time frames, on when you guys have the possibility of seeing each other again. And it's interactive because you get to choose your time frame. Okay? All right, so let's grab some tarot cards. I'll be pulling from my TABBY Tarot Teacher deck. They are feeling lost without you. They want to be perhaps your loyal companion at this point. Maybe they were not loyal before. All right, here we go. For Scorpio. Okay, so this is interesting. We have the 6 of Cups, but it did come through in the reverse. So as you can see, the reversed interpretation, someone's living in the past, but there is this need to let go of the past because there's something there that perhaps brings up very painful memories, maybe for the both of you, because in the upright, the 6 of Cups represents nostalgia, the happy memories. But in the reverse, it could represent memories that are really difficult to deal with. And there's somebody here who wants forgiveness. You know, that could be the driving force as to why they want to reconnect. You know, it could be their desire for closure, the need to apologize for past actions, the fact that maybe enough time has passed and they're a different person. They've grown up, they've matured. If you got to know this version of them, maybe they would have made different choices. Okay, so there's something stuck in the past when it comes to this person. But their now is that they're lost without you. All right. We've got the 9 of Swords. Okay. So this represents the fact that they're not happy with how things are at or how things unfolded between the two of you, and it affects them tremendously even to this day. For some of you guys, maybe it's been a more recent breakup. For others, maybe it's been quite a few years, you know? And I'm feeling for some of the individuals coming through in this reading, for those who are watching, they've all but given up on ever hoping and wishing that they'll ever see you again, that they'll ever talk to you again. And that could be a reality for some of you guys because that's what you wanted, or maybe that's what you told them the last time you guys spoke. So Nine of Swords can represent that they could have gone into a really deep depression, could have been clinical depression even. It can represent insomnia, so it could be nighttime that causes a very difficult time for this person because they're unable to sleep. They're unable to get restful, quality sleep because of their thoughts before they actually drift off, you know? Possibly thinking about you, traumatized by something that's happened between the two of you. They could be experiencing night terrors because of their unhappiness and because they haven't focused on their healing, you know? Divine Feminine, whenever I see the Queen of Swords, it reminds me of a feminine that has a very strong presence. You know, the Queen of Swords walks into the room and you pay attention. And so I feel with the feminines coming through with this type of vibe, we might have a masculine here that knows that they can't come towards the feminine with this wishy-washy type vibe. You know, the masculine has to know what it is that they're wanting to accomplish by approaching the feminine, especially if they're wanting to see you again, if they're wanting to communicate with you, they better know their stuff. They better know what it is that they want to say. And because the Queen of Swords will automatically know if they're being truthful or if they're just lying through their teeth. So hopefully they've learned particular lessons and will come forward being authentic and real and honest. Otherwise, it's just going to backfire. Because the feminines coming in with this type of energy will not put up with any sort of drama or nonsense. Seven of Cups. So what I'm feeling here, especially if you happen to be Divine Feminine, you could have had a masculine that gave you crumbs. They had other options. They made very different choices back then. And that resulted in the two of you breaking things off. So I'm kind of getting the tables have turned here. Maybe at this point they're daydreaming about you. They're fantasizing about what life would be like if you guys could just ultimately reconnect. And maybe when you guys parted ways, they lost their sense of purpose in their life, thinking that, you know, great, you know, I'll just move on to other connections, but they could have come up empty. And that's also why I feel with the first card, I'm lost without you, emptiness, hoping to find maybe something similar or a stronger connection with somebody else. And they haven't been able to find it. Yeah, we're seeing these sevens. So deception, lies, cheating, betrayal, all of those things, that could have been a factor. Again, you know, from the loyal companion card, I just kind of picked up the opposite, that they were not loyal. And the Seven of Swords has confirmed that they were manipulative. They were doing things to hurt you, Divine Feminine. More than likely, it was interacting with other people. And we've got more swords. So the Six of Swords could be the fact that maybe Divine Feminine, you just decided to end things here. Focus on a very different path for yourself and move on. And maybe when you did that, we have a masculine here who was caught off guard, not expecting you to leave or to end things, feeling perhaps that you were always going to be around, that you were one of their options. Well, as the Queen of Swords, you are not going to allow yourself to just be an option. And so we have the Hangman. Some of you guys could be thinking of an air sign here. We have Pisces obviously coming through. That could be significant for some. But, you know, I can't help but feel, I'm feeling it from my feminines who decided to detach and let go. You just had enough of it. And so you needed to focus on your own direction, your own life, your own path. And the only way for you to do that and to be able to gain clarity was to remove yourself from this situation. Look at this. We've got the Emperor representing the masculine. So, Divine Feminine, I have a feeling your masculines were not showing up as the Emperor before. And they have definitely matured. They've grown up. They now know what they want. They're in a position of power and control to be able to perhaps fix things here. But it's going to take a little bit of convincing on behalf of the feminine to be able to convince the feminine that it's worth a second chance here. I don't feel it's impossible. It can certainly happen for some of you guys. And we've got the High Priestess. So my feminines, I do feel that should you receive a message from your masculine, either to see each other face to face, this conversation could be just through text or a phone call or on social media, however way that happens, however way they decide to take action for you guys to speak. I'm picking up for my feminines that maybe you've been picking up off of your masculine's thoughts lately, a lot more than usual, perhaps. Maybe when it happens, you won't even be surprised because you're already feeling what it is that they want or what it is that they're about to do. We do have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, there's the possibility that you guys can have a fresh start, a new beginning here. But I do feel that the window of opportunity is limited. I do feel that whoever, okay, I'm feeling masculine, and it could be anybody, either masculine or feminine, whoever decides to take that first step to reconnect with the other, there is a finite amount of time here to do that. Once that time frame, that window of opportunity has closed, I just kind of feel that it's going to be a missed opportunity, a missed chance. So it's like a gift from the universe. It's like, okay, here you go. An opportunity to start again. But if somebody doesn't take action to make this happen, and if the other person is a little bit hesitant to accept the opportunity to see each other again, that window of opportunity, I feel, for this particular situation will close. So it's crucial that somebody not sit on it for too long, not dwell on it too long, thinking about it too much, rather than doing something to get the ball rolling so that you guys can see each other again. Because the possibility is here. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab those time frames for you, Scorpio. But that is what I'm getting there, guys. All right, so go ahead and focus on number 1, number 2, or number 3. I'll go ahead and pull 3 cards representing time frames here. If it is not the time frame that you want or are expecting, it could be the universe's way of telling you that it's just not the right time right now. Not that it can't happen, but it might take a little longer. It might come to you sooner. You know, it could also be an indication that there's something or someone better for you. All right, so if you chose number 1, here it is. And I'm not going to look at them, so we'll find out together. All right, for Scorpio. All right, here's number 1. So if you chose number 2, and I'm going to take these with a grain of salt, guys, because time is very difficult to pinpoint. These are just possibilities of when something might happen. So if you chose number 2, there's number 2. If you chose number 3, here is your time frame for Scorpio. There we are. That was quick. All right, so let's find out together what these time frames are. So if you chose number 1, here is your answer, your time frame, March, okay? March could be a significant month for some of you, okay? You might be thinking of a Pisces or even Aries, That could be significant. It could also be telling you that nothing's going to happen until next year, March, you know? So that is your answer for number 1. So if you chose number 2, it's going to take a little longer. So we've got 10 months here. So again, it may happen sooner or even later than what's reflected here. This is just the possibility of when you guys might be able to see each other. Okay, 10th month of the year representing October, so that could be a possibility as well. If you chose number 3, here is your time frame. We have 3 weeks, so it's a lot sooner for those of you who chose the 3rd card. So it's coming up for you. Now, if nothing happens at the 3-week mark, try not to freak out because, again, the universe has its own time frame, and this is just a general idea as to when something may happen. Could come before that, and again, it could happen after that. So that's what I have, guys. Hopefully there's something here that offers you advice that you needed at this time. If you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll go ahead and link the decks you see here. Thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you next time. Take care.